Yo, 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 and hello and welcome to the 171st episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning high definition, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:40 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can actually find us online now at www.gamespeakpodcast.com. I know you're probably wondering, why didn't we have that website name before? I don't know, but go there and subscribe to our newsletter, please. That way we can make sure that you never miss an episode. You're going to hear this a lot from us for a while, so please go do it. We and thank you to the people that already have. A lot of you have already gone and done it, and we appreciate that. So it's going to help us. And also be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Al-Jafra, alongside Brent, Colorado Bass.
Oh man, yeah, you beat me to the punch. You know, I had a Colorado omelet at IHOP yesterday to celebrate.
Going to Colorado, bro.
I'm so hyped. You know,
I'm always. It seems like I'm always celebrating Colorado then, because I get the Colorado omelet like once a week, bro.
It's like the fucking best thing on the menu at IHOP. It's so good, dude. It's so packed with meat. You know?
Oh yeah. So full of meat.
Do you eat the whole thing? I can't eat the whole thing. Is that wrong of me? Is that like, well, like
you saying that disgusts me.
Well, it comes with like pancakes and shit.
Oh,
too,
I don't get all that.
You know
no,
what I mean? Like,
my side is it's whole wheat toast with no butter.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
of course, you're eating the whole wheat toast. No,
yeah, got to be a little bit healthy about it, you know. But I do love getting it, and I add mushrooms to it just to like, you know, top it off.
Sometimes I get hash browns with it, and I like eat the hash browns and the omelet simultaneously. You know what I mean?
That's the way to do it.
So you have like potato omelet. I don't know.
For those of you who don't know what the Colorado omelet is, it's basically an omelet with steak.
It's God's omelet.
Yeah,
dude.
it's like steak, bacon, sausage.
Every kind of meat you can think of that's like breakfast related.
Basically, whatever they have in the kitchen, they're just gonna throw it in that bitch.
Dude, yeah. Green peppers.
Oh, so good. And then they give you salsa to pour on it.
Oh, dude, yeah. Dude. So good.
So good. Anyways, yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to Colorado. I'm hyped up.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I can tell. I can feel the hype.
Can't wait to see the old Rocky Mountain state, you know?
Same, dude. I mean, I can't wait for you to see the old Rocky Mountain state.
My dad's got me kind of freaked out, though. He's like, now, Brent, when you drive over those mountains, you're going to start flying down that mountain, and it's going to be scary as hell, and blah, 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 you know? He didn't say that exactly.
He's like, but you will die, Brent.
I'm a little scared after talking to him. Like, he was very adamant, like, hey.
You do have to be safe around there. Like,
I mean, I generally am a pretty safe guy when it comes to driving around, you know, but like
you gotta be safe, but not like don't like fucking overthink shit. Like, you just have to look at what you're doing. If you're driving down a mountain, just pay attention. Don't drive off the side of the road, but don't freak out either, because that's gonna make you drive bad.
Okay.
You know, don't be all nervous and shit. Like, I had to drive through like a fucking blizzard to get back from like a 3-hour drive, and like an hour of it was in a blizzard in a car, like a rental car with no chains or anything. It was fucking terrifying, dude.
Man,
I thought we were gonna be stuck.
Oh fuck, dude. I'm glad we're going in like, you know, pseudo summer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not feeling like you know, winter in Colorado driving around right now. That doesn't seem.
No,
you'll
be all right.
Is it full on summer yet? Is it?
Yeah, it's June, bro.
Oh God. See, I don't know these things. After school ended, I'm just like, you know, the seasons mean nothing to me anymore.
After
you know
school ended 10 years ago,
yeah.
You forgot, like.
I've been just like wandering, you know. None of that matters to me anymore. Summer means nothing.
Yeah, more like bummer, dude.
It's just when it gets hot, you know. That's all that matters now.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. I hate the heat, especially in Texas. Like, Colorado heat is so different because it's so dry. Like, it's so much better.
It is, man. It could be the same exact temperature in Colorado, and it's just like
dry heat.
Pleasant. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll just put a t-shirt on and go and enjoy the weather. Here it's like, it's going to be a grueling 90 degrees outside, but it feels like 120.
It's like the air is wet or something here when you breathe it.
It's made of water. Yeah, it's like we would probably survive with the Gungans in Star Wars.
No doubt.
Like,
no
we
doubt.
wouldn't even need those little, like, oxygen things. Anyways, this week I watched more Lost.
Oh, where are you at? What's going on? Tell me everything. What about the polar bear?
Nothing.
Any updates?
Nothing about the polar bear yet. Unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like they're captured right now by the others, and
the others were in the other hatch.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And so shit's getting pretty crazy with all that. Like,
so is your theory still holding up, or is it changing a little bit?
No, I think my theory does hold up. I still think that they're in purgatory. And
what season are you in?
I'm in season 3 now.
Ooh,
yeah,
getting deep.
halfway there, dude.
Getting deep, dude.
But at this point, I'm like, bro, how are they gonna keep this show going? Like, just fucking end it. You know, like.
Are you still enjoying it at all?
I am enjoying it, but I just don't understand how they're gonna make it continue.
3 more, yeah.
3 more seasons. It's
hey,
like,
man, a lot of people have said, like, or I can't remember if they say the last season of Lost is like the best season of a TV
I have heard
show
that.
or like the worst season of a TV. I can't remember.
I've heard it's the best.
Okay, cool.
Rotten Tomatoes says it's the best.
Ooh, that's exciting. I was like, I know it's one extreme or the other. It wasn't like a lukewarm.
It's the worst best. No.
Oh, it was Dexter that had the bad last season that everybody hated.
No, well, that was...
I actually liked the end of Dexter, but everybody that was real mad about it, dude.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter how bad the end of Dexter was, because Game of Thrones came in and fucking punted that show's, like, bad ending into, like, the greatest ending possible. Like, just because of how horrible Game of Thrones, like, ending season is. The final season of Game of Thrones completely destroys the rest of the show. Like they might as well have just like stabbed the writers in the chest and then like brought in like a 5-year-old to like write out the ending. Like,
I hate that.
And that's how it felt. But anyways, I also watched The Invisible Man.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch that. Don't spoil anything, but was it any good?
Well, I am gonna spoil something. There's a man and he's invisible.
Oh no, dude!
No, yeah, it was good. It was very, very, very predictable. Everything you think, I can't really spoil it for you
because I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like everything, like whenever you go in, whatever you think is gonna happen is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's how I felt about that Wilson's Heart game. Like, it was good. I had a good time playing it, but it was just like
so on the nose.
You knew exactly what was gonna happen, and I tried to set it up like it was gonna be this like big reveal, and it's like, nah, dude. You know?
Yeah. It's like, bro, I saw that coming a mile away. But that's, you know, it is what it is. It was good. I didn't have to pay for it, so I'm not complaining. Like, we had it on our Vudu movies. Like, my sister bought it, so it was just like the digital version she uploaded on her Vudu account. So you just got to watch it for free.
Yeah, I was gonna rent that the other day. I still might rent it at some point.
Yeah, you should. You'll like it. I think you'll.
I like
enjoy
the
it.
actress, the main actress lady. I really like that Handmaid's Tale show.
Never watched it.
It's good. It's depressing.
But
really
I don't know why. Like, and this is no like hate on this lady, but like for some reason, she looks like in the face. Like, I feel like she could be Jonah Hill's sister. Like they both
like
have
the facial structure.
It's like the facial structure and the way she moves her face, like emotes. Like this whole movie, I kept.
Oh yeah, like, dude, her little. Like, I can't even do it, but it's like Jonah Hill does the same thing.
They
like,
do the
like
same
a snarky
thing.
Little like kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like the way her eyebrows move and everything. I was like,
yes.
dude, her and Jonah Hill must somehow be related. Like,
that's a really unique like
facial thing.
Yeah,
like it's very weird.
Now that you said it, I can't like unsee
it. Yeah, like I just.
It's not that her like face looks like Jonah Hill. It's that she
the
does
movement.
the same things. Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad I ruined that for everyone. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so anything interesting happened with you this week?
I got some new shoes.
Ooh.
I think I tied the laces a little too tight on the way here. You know, I'm still getting used to this.
Losing circulation.
Yeah.
I actually can't breathe right now.
my foot might fall off at this point. We got some new shoes, though.
Nice, dude. That's what's up. I saw them. They're looking pretty fashionable.
They're pretty fresh. You guys will just have to imagine on the show.
He got those Yeezy boosts.
I got the Air Max 95s.
Is that what they're called? Are they called Yeezy boosts?
I don't know.
What are the Yeezy shoes called?
Yeezy is still making shoes.
I think so. He comes out with like $900 pairs of shoes like every couple of years.
They're probably like the Yeezy Christ shoes. You know what I mean? They probably have like big crosses on them. You know what I mean?
Well, I could see that. Just a couple lemonade.
Belize's.
Anyways.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know where that one was going. But yeah, so let's get into the video game news, man.
Yeah.
Let's get into the news.
I like that.
Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply giving commentary on these articles and just bringing all of it to you in one place. Which, by the way, guys, if you're watching the video version of this or if you're watching the stream, next week our camera, I don't know about next week. It might be the week after, but basically after June 30th, our camera quality will be light years ahead. We got like a nice Sony cam coming in.
We're going to the future.
Yeah, and we're going to try and get these pop filters out of our face.
Yeah, because I keep smacking this pop filter. I don't know if you guys that are listening at home hear that like, you know what I mean?
I try to cut out as much of that as I can, like in post, but like if you're watching the stream, you're getting all of that. So, but I will say, we're about to up our video game. That's it. Episode's over. That's
a good one.
So,
hey, before we get into it, I've got some stuff from the EA live event. If you want me to talk about that,
I also got the Pokemon Presents live stream information. So, like, you go with that, and then I'll do the Pokemon stuff.
Kick it off with the EA because it's less exciting. So I just kind of did like a little list of things that were like highlights from the show. They had a bit more than this, but this is just what I thought was like worth writing down. So Apex Legends was announced for Switch and Steam, and it's going to be cross-play on both, or on all platforms pretty soon. So that's
I didn't
cool.
see that. That's actually cool. I might actually play some Apex just because it's on Switch.
Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, that seems like a pretty decent, like hefty game to be on the Switch. You know, I think I'm definitely going to give it a try. Especially with crossplay, that's pretty sweet. You could just sit there in the room, like right here, with like your Xbox and Switch, and just play with yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
it makes me wish that Warzone could be on Switch, which would never happen.
Yeah, it'd have to be like stick versions of the Warzone people, like like the PS2.
It just looked like PUBG, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
So that's exciting. And then the Sims had like a commercial where they, did Sim stuff, and
Will they put out another expansion?
Yeah, I think so.
God.
And there was a Command and Conquer remastered commercial, which, I think some people will probably be hyped about, because I know that's one of those games that's like
3 people.
Yeah, but like the people that like it, like really like it, so that's like exciting for them. Burnout Paradise, they announced it for Switch, and then they dropped it like the exact same time, so it's like out on Switch now.
Yeah, it's like remastered graphics, 60 frames per second. Like that's the best Burnout game, honestly.
Dude, totally. It's so much fun. Like the crashes are sweet, and it'd be a fun one to have on the road with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's got online multiplayer too, so you got that on the go, bro.
Is it weird that like one of the things I'm most excited about for this trip that I'm about to take is like playing my Switch? You know what I mean?
No,
like
it's not weird.
In a practical situation, like getting to play my Switch on a road trip, that excites me a lot. I don't know why.
It is exciting.
Anyways, so then Joseph Fares came out and announced his new game called It Takes Two. He didn't really say much about it. It was really more just him rambling about his life story and like how he's proud of his like most recent games and stuff. Which good for you, Joseph. You should be.
But let me guess. It Takes Two is going to be a game about 2 separate characters where you can play split screen co-op, where one character is one person, and then the other character is the other person's play.
He really said about the game was that it's like a roller coaster and he's like
of emotions.
He's like it's like a roller coaster, but instead of an ending, he's like there isn't an ending. He's like, wait, there is an ending, but the ending is that the roller coaster goes off the track and shoots into space and flies off and explodes and comes back down and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, that doesn't really tell me anything about the game. You know what I mean? It's like
he always gets so fucking hyped about his shit, dude.
He was hyped, but his hype got me kind of hyped, and like
I think that's why they let him in front of the camera like that.
I liked A Way Out a lot, and I didn't play Brothers, but it got good reviews, so I'm not.
I feel like all of his games are just okay.
Yeah,
like that's the problem. Is like,
see, okay, A Way Out was okay.
Yeah,
A Way Out is as good as the person you're playing it with. If you have somebody who's willing to really like role play through this whole game with you, it's a lot of fun. The problem is like finding that person. You know what I mean? Like, I was lucky enough that like Phoenix was feeling it, and we sat there for like 3 consecutive like 3-hour sessions and like played through that whole game. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha. Yeah. So you have to have somebody who's willing to put the attention to it,
and like get into character. Like, you gotta like get into the game. You know what I mean?
I like that. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. But let's see. Okay, and then they announced a game called Lost in Random. I don't really know much about this. It looks like they're in some kind of world where like random things happening is like part of the catch. I don't know. Then they announced Rocket Arena, which looks like Overwatch and like Smash Bros mixed together with like bazookas.
What the hell?
It looks kind of cool. It's like a shooter, like a third-person shooter. I don't even know how to explain it. But everybody's got rockets. That's kind of like the catch there. Is like that's like the main weapon. Everybody's got rockets.
Okay.
Then they showed off Star Wars Squadrons gameplay, which obviously looks hype as fuck.
It really does. I'm excited. We talked about this like a couple weeks ago, being like they need to bring back like a Star Wars space fighting game.
Bro, we speak these things into existence.
Into the world. Yeah. Manifestation of the video games.
This is like just the game me and Jamel wanted to, because it's like fully VR, you know what I mean? Which for me, you know what I mean? It's a space Star Wars like fucking fighter
dogfighting game
for Jamel, It's like the perfect fucking game. This is like our game. Like, we're going to be in this bitch. We're going to have a little squad, and that's a cool thing. He said it's crossplay, so like I could be in VR and you can be out of VR and we can crossplay. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine how much doper it's going to be the VR person, though?
Oh, dude. And you kind of have an advantage, because if you think about, like, especially in, like, an X-Wing, maybe in, like, that's one thing they said. The whole game is first person. There is no third person
it's all
option.
First person.
So it's like, if you're in a TIE fighter, you've only got that little window in front of you. You know what I mean?
Oh, that little
the little port. So I think if you're in like an X-Wing and you're playing in VR, you'll have a big advantage, because you can like look behind you out the window and stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe they block that off. Like, that'd be fucked up.
Like, maybe there's like something behind you. Like,
I bet there's a way you can like rotate your head when you're playing not in VR. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe like a look behind you button where you can.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's got to be something like that. A little rear view mirror, up on the like up above the.
And the story looks pretty cool, dude. And the game is only $40. Like, I'm hyped about this, dude. There's like nothing to not like about this.
No, definitely. I think that was the best thing they showed off at the EA.
Oh, definitely. And then they had this thing where it's like EA Sports, and they're like, okay, we're gonna start dropping more games and blah blah blah. And then they showed off Madden and like FIFA, but then they were like, expect more sports. They basically were like, get ready, because we're gonna announce shitloads of sports games this year.
We're about to have cricket. We're gonna have fucking
lacrosse
badminton
in this bitch. And then they basically said they were gonna do Skate 4. They didn't show any gameplay. They didn't announce it as Skate 4. They just said, we're bringing back the Skate franchise. And then they showed the people, they're like, we're happy to announce the new Skate, and like blah blah blah, and like we're so happy and we're hyped about it. And like, it didn't really show anything, but like, the hype is real. Especially, I think they saw how hype everybody's getting for Tony Hawk,
Which pisses me off, because it's like, all right, so people have been asking you guys for Skate 4 this whole fucking time, and then you decide, as soon as Tony Hawk's about to make his comeback in the video game, realm, you guys decide, hey, let's go and fuck Tony Hawk again. Like,
again!
Literally, that's what Skate did in the first place.
That's so fucked up.
It's like, bro, it's and there's a lot of kids nowadays who didn't grow up with Tony Hawk, all they remember is Skate. So Tony Hawk's about to get literally bent over a fucking skateboard, a stack of skateboards, and raped.
Oh, dude, for sure, because you got this, you got Skate 4, which is going to be, like, built from the ground up, like, new, modern, fresh. You know?
Like, and they're beautiful,
it's
like...
It doesn't matter how beautiful you make Tony Hawk 1 and 2. It's still an old-ass game. You know
it's an arcade game.
It's like... I don't know, man, and it sucks because like I want Tony Hawk to have that shine. I really hope that Tony Hawk gets a good amount of sales before Skate 4 comes out, and I hope Skate 4.
I hope Skate 4 is skate poor. Dude.
Oh,
that's all I'm saying.
You know what? Fuck it.
That's all I'm saying.
Fuck it. Let's come out with it. Fuck Skate 4.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hashtag fuck Skate 4. No, and I know a lot of people are excited about Skate 4, but you can't do this to me, dog. No, yeah. You can't do this to Tony. You know, like I feel like Tony.
No, Tony deserves so much better, dude.
Yeah, like,
you know?
Really, like the
all
guys
the
over there are just like, yo, bro, look, he's building hype for skateboarding games. Let's fucking drop Skate 4, bro. And like Tony Hawk's like going around talking on Joe Rogan and shit, and suddenly like Joe Rogan's not gonna call him back. You know, like he's never gonna talk to him again.
Joe Rogan's gonna be interviewing the EA guys pretty soon.
Oh man, dude, it's so sad. It's so sad, bro. Anyways,
that's how they ended it. So, looks like they're putting all their eggs in the skate basket because that was like their at the end of the show,
We should throw this in the skate basket. No, but so the Pokemon Presents live stream happened this week. And
I love that.
Or last week. It was last week? This week? I don't know. It happened.
It was like right after
our last episode. Yeah, that's how it always happens.
Yeah, we always miss, we just almost need to start recording on Wednesday because all the good news gets dropped on
That's all right, because then we have double the good news on the show. No,
so true. Yeah.
But so Pokemon Presents live stream showed off first, and it wasn't the first thing they showed off, but it's the biggest thing they showed off, which was the new Pokemon Snap for Switch. Yeah, what the fuck, dog? No release date.
There's a ray of hope in a dark world. You know what I mean?
When Pokemon Snap gets announced?
Yes, dude. You know how good that felt to wake up and roll over out of bed and wipe the sleep out of my eyes and check Facebook. That's the first thing I do every day is check Facebook for in case, because if something crazy's happening in the world, it's gonna be on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I check Facebook. Sure enough, dude. Pokemon Snap announced. I had to check a few more articles just to make sure it wasn't a fake, Yeah,
I saw Sarah Brock's post in the group was where I first saw it, and I was like, nah, I was like, this is fake, and I clicked on it, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot the Pokemon Presents today.
Bro,
and
I haven't been so hyped in a long time. And you were even saying before the Pokemon Presents, you're like, dude, I bet something crazy's gonna get announced. And I was like, nah, it's just gonna be more fucking Pokemon Tundra or whatever,
Well, okay, so there was Pokemon. It's called New Pokemon Snap, and it's coming to Switch. It's gonna be on rails, just like the last one, first-person photography game. But there's gonna be new Pokemon, and whatnot. The water looked fucking gorgeous.
I don't think I've been this hyped for a game since Fallout 4. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm hyped about it, but at the same time, I want to know more about it. I want to know how am I going to print off my pictures? There's
got to be a way.
Am I going to take my memory card up to fucking GameStop? What do I do? How am I going to print these bitches? Because I got frames waiting. But anyways, hopefully it's not some digital thing where they're like, instead of printing it, you should post it on Facebook. It's
probably make you sign up for Pokemon Home or something.
Oh my god! But also announced was Pokemon Smile for mobile. Now
what's that? I didn't even hear about that.
So Pokemon Smile is it's literally made for children, toddlers, or kids who. So in the commercial for it, it shows this lady chasing her kid around trying to get him to brush his teeth. She's trying to give him a toothbrush, and he's like, no, I don't want it. and so and it's has this ever been you? And it's well, Pokemon Smile can help. And so
Charizard's just blasting the kid with fire, just
fucking brush your teeth. No, so it's an AR game on the phone. So the kid puts the phone down in front of him while he's brushing his teeth, and it puts a Pikachu on his head, and then like apparently like the Pokemon will run like across your teeth or some shit, and like you gotta like follow where they're going, and then it times how long you're brushing your teeth for. And then so it's like to make sure the kid brushes his teeth properly and everything, but also has fun while doing it. And then they can catch Pokemon. Like, so like if you like brush your teeth the right way, you catch the Pokemon or whatever. So it's like a Pokemon Go, but for toddlers. And like all the Pokemon are like in this weird like Caillou animation. Like they just don't look like real Pokemon. They look like a Nick Jr. version of Pokemon. It's kind of adorable.
That's kind of trippy, and I might have to try it out. Just to see what it's like. You know, like I
mean, it's out on mobile now, I think, but I definitely need to figure out how to brush my teeth better. And this is the way to do it. You're going to see me with my Pikachu cap on. Like it's like on Snapchat where they put filters where like, you know, random things will happen in your head. That's what it is. But anyway, so also announced was Pokemon Cafe Mix for Switch and mobile, which is going to be free to play. It's a puzzle game, no release date, but it's
Switch and mobile. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's basically like you run a cafe and like Pokemon come into your cafe and like you gotta like, you know, build out your cafe and stuff.
I don't hate that Switch is getting a bunch of random mobile games like Elder Scrolls Blades and stuff. You know what, a mobile game that I wouldn't mind coming to Switch? I want Mario Run, but I want it packaged as like a full game. You know what I mean? Like I'd pay like $10 for Mario Run or something. You know, that was kind of a neat game.
Yeah,
you know?
Use the touch screen.
Yeah.
Finally, they announced Pokemon Go is getting Mega Evolutions by the end of the year. But your Pokemon, so Mega Evolutions will be their own Pokemon. So like you'll catch them out in the wild as a Mega evolved Pokemon.
Weird.
Yeah. So is what I gathered from it.
Don't make no damn sense, but okay.
Yeah, we'll take it. But now here's the biggest part of the whole fucking thing. All right. So by the time you guys are listening to this tomorrow, you will know this because they teased that their next big project will be announced tomorrow.
Ooh.
Their next big project is what they said.
Oh, man, that's exciting.
So
wonder what they'll do.
A lot of people have been breaking down the Live Presents video and like looking for clues and stuff. And a lot of people are saying it's going to be Let's Go Pikachu Johto region.
What?
Like, you know how they did Let's Go Pokemon or Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Like
Let's
Kanto.
Go.
I'm thinking like
not Pokemon Go. No, Let's Go for the Switch, but it's going to be a remake of the Johto region is what a lot of people are saying.
I wouldn't be mad about that. Honestly, just do them all, Go all the way through like Black and White. I'm cool with that. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. I think it's a cool idea. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. But I hope it's a
little harder than Let's Go Pikachu was though, because Let's Go Pikachu was like stupidly easy, and so was Sword and Shield. Honestly.
Give a difficulty option or something.
Man,
that would be crazy. But also, I was talking to Aaron Brown, Air Breezy. He's been on here before on our show, and he was saying that he was hoping that it was going to be an announcement of like a Game Boy. Like you know how they have like the NES,
oh my goodness,
like in the SNES, like for the Switch, where you can just like download the app and play like free SNES games or NES games.
Sick.
If they add the Game Boy and then they add all the Pokemon games to it, but that's too much hype. I doubt that,
dude. Even if you just add one of the Pokemon games, okay, add Pokemon Yellow, so you don't have to like pick between Red and Blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the gold.
And then like Zelda and like Mario and like Pokemon trading card game. You wouldn't need very many games to have like
Mario Tennis, bro.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Take me back. No, but
Game Boy had some bangers, dude.
It really did. The Game Boy was dope as fuck. But yeah, so that's all the news from that. Tomorrow we'll post in the Facebook group whatever the new announcement is. For you guys to see it there.
It's fun. We've been getting little like E3 style announcements this whole like past couple weeks, Yeah,
very slow and drawn out, but it's there. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But anyways, what you got over there, Brent?
All right, so I guess we're moving on to the normal news today, or now, I guess. Let's see. Nintendo also did the Smash Bros. Ultimate presentation pretty recently, and it was basically all about the new DLC character Min Min.
Yeah,
the game.
from ARMS.
From ARMS?
Apparently, so this character controls, like, A controls the right arm and B controls the left arm. It's like a whole different setup than, like, any other character that's ever been in Smash Bros.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I just want to test it out just to see what that's like.
I just feel like that's kind of a slippery slope, and we should just try not to do that with too many characters. Because I think part of the appeal of Smash Bros. Is, like, if you know how it works, you can pretty much play with any character.
Yeah, it does throw it off. But they also added the Fallout character as like a...
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's so cool, dude.
What's his name?
Vault Boy.
Vault Boy, yeah.
He's like a skin for your amiibo guy or whatever.
For your Mii character.
For your Mii character, yeah.
But it's him. Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
It's interesting. It kind of makes you wonder, like, does this imply that there's another Fallout game coming to Switch or something, you know?
Maybe so, or maybe
they think 76 will be successful if they port it to, like, Switch. You know what I mean?
Nah. I think we'll get, like, either Fallout 3 or something.
Yeah,
like
3 or 4 would make the most sense, I feel like, you know?
Definitely. Anyways, Haley Williams at GameSpot says, amid a new wave of allegations surfacing on social media, those who have previously named their abusers are now demanding to know why the platforms that host known abusers' content have not acted to take them down, with Twitch at the center of the controversy. With multiple tweets claiming that Twitch has been given information on how some of their big-name partners are using that platform to abuse women and choose not to act on it, streamers and fans called on Twitch and its CEO, Emmett Shear, to step up. I'm going to skip a bunch of this just to get to the point. What they're saying is that, where is it? It says, hold on, I got to find it. Oh, right here. It says people are calling for a Twitch blackout to take place on Wednesday 24th, asking streamers to stay off Twitch for 24 hours. Others are going further by pledging to cancel their ongoing Twitch subs and donate to streamers directly without giving Twitch money through subscriptions or bits. I guess because... I mean, Twitch put out a thing saying, like, you know, they put out like a tweet being like, oh, we stand by these people, but they didn't act on it. They didn't actually go in and, like, you know, stop these people's streams or, like, ban them for the content or whatever.
So what exactly did these people do? Because, like, I hear you're like, okay, like they said sexual harassment, right? Are they like
in
commenting
the past,
on them?
No.
Like,
okay. In the past, Twitch has banned the accounts of streamers whose abuse has been investigated and charged by authorities, such as Thomas Chung, who was arrested after an undercover sting in Atlanta to catch child predators. However, these punishments haven't always been strict across the board. In December 2018, Australian streamer Mr. Deadmoth was arrested and charged with assault after appearing to attack his partner during a live Twitch stream. Despite the arrest, Mr. Deadmoth was initially only given a 14-day suspension from Twitch, which was later lengthened in response to community outcry. So they're upset that Twitch isn't handling these more, I guess,
domestic issues.
Yeah, because like with it being a live streaming, like anybody can fucking do it. Obviously, you're gonna catch some crimes on you know, as it's happening. They just don't want, like, I guess the community is not liking that they're still getting, you know, money and stuff and support even though they're doing these horrible things. But, you know, it's like, how's Twitch gonna know all this stuff is happening?
I guess the people like reporting it, you know.
Yeah, maybe like Twitch should have some like investigation going on. Like
Twitch does. I mean, the thing is, you know, okay, I get it. Maybe if it's like some no-name guy doing some crazy shit, you know. But if Twitch is gonna actually call themselves like an affiliate with this person,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
there you go.
You do maybe need to take some kind of action. You know what I mean?
I think if it's a Twitch affiliate or partner, then yes, there should be an investigation. But if it's just like some random dude who's not making any money off of Twitch or whatever, it's like, how are they supposed to?
Yeah.
It's like you can't just ban that person from Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like I don't understand how that works, but who knows? I'm just bringing you the news. Anyways.
Okay. So we got Cyberpunk 2077. Unfortunately, has been delayed once again. Its new release date is set for November 19th on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, 2 months after the previously scheduled September 17th date. A next generation update that improves performance on Xbox Series X and PS5 will come at launch, with a more substantial update also arriving later. In a statement posted to Twitter, the developer explained that the game is not yet ready for launch, although it is complete in terms of content and gameplay. The additional development time will be used to balance mechanics and fix bugs.
So this is a good thing for console, in my opinion, because by the time the game comes out now, the next gen will be out as well, or at least it'll be right there, like so close you can just like taste it, so like you won't be tempted to buy it on current gen. You can just wait like a week and then have it on. I mean, you might not even have to wait a week.
Cross-buy compatibility if you're buying it on Xbox.
But
know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying though? You get that day one, like you just go to the store, you grab your Xbox Series X or your PS5 with Cyberpunk like as your first game. Can you imagine? It's gonna be.
Oh, bro, I can totally imagine. And it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto 5 to me, Like, I had a blast playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox 360, but I kind of wish I had waited to have it on Xbox One for my first time playing through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think this is going to be this generation's fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. I definitely agree. Go ahead. I'm going to...
All right, let me bust another one on you guys real quick. So this is some more Star Wars Squadron stuff. Let's see. With Star Wars, EA has one of the most sought-after licenses in all of entertainment, and the company plans to take full advantage of it. In a fireside chat, EA executives spoke about how the company plans to double down on Star Wars after the huge success of Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, Galaxy of Heroes, and Jedi Fallen Order more recently. Up is my hope, up and to the right, EA CEO Andrew Wilson said about where he hopes the company will take Star Wars in the future. We have a tremendous relationship with Disney. We have a tremendous relationship with Lucas. We have a long-standing blah, blah, blah. He goes on to say that they've sold like 35 million copies of the two Battlefront games combined and 10 million copies of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and that they are going to make a whole bunch more Star Wars games, hopefully. So that's cool, And he said he's proud of the breadth of Star Wars games that they've come up with. And you know what? They get so much shit, but really, most of these games are pretty good. You know what I mean? Like
I wouldn't say most. I'd say Jedi Fallen Order is pretty good.
I think Battlefront is in its own right not a bad game.
It's not a bad game, but
it's frowned upon. Everybody hates the fucking microtransactions.
No. Not anymore. But I think that the hate initially was warranted.
Oh, absolutely. But just like I get the hate from the like microtransaction standpoint, but if you just take a step back and look at the game as like
for what it is now,
for what it is, like just like how well built it is, and like as a game, it's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like there's no denying.
Yeah. And I think from this point forward, they've learned their lesson. Also, I mean, we're getting a dogfighting game.
Ooh.
A space dogfighting game with a full campaign, VR support, and crossplay between everything with no microtransactions. I think they've learned. I mean, we got Jedi Fallen Order, which is basically a Soulsborne game with no multiplayer or microtransactions. So at this point, I think people need to kind of, anybody who's bringing up the whole, they're just going to microtransaction it to death. I think you're just pushing on something just to be mad. There's really no proof that that's the case anymore.
And one more thing before I get off of this, because it's like my next one will basically be the same thing if I don't. EA also in like a similar fireside chat, we're talking to a different guy now, but they started talking about the EA Sports and how they're going to ramp that up too.
Yeah.
I know we kind of briefly touched on this earlier, but I'm super hyped because I think that means they're going to do another UFC game. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, but there's also a lot of speculation about the PGA golf game coming back and some other games like the NBA series. A lot of people are really into this, So if you're a big EA Sports fan, definitely be hyped because it seems like they got a lot in the works over there.
Yeah, you're about to get sporty. So Alessandra Barbosa at GameSpot says, oh, wait, hold on. Gotta make sure I can breathe while I read this. Microsoft has announced that it is shutting down Mixer, its streaming competitor to the likes of Twitch. The Xbox owners will be transitioning over to Facebook Gaming instead, partnered streamers having the option to be included with the move or return to Twitch. As of July 22nd, Mixer sites and apps will redirect users to Facebook Gaming. Mixer, which was known as Beam.io before Microsoft purchased it, struggled to gain the viewership of its competitors since launch. Big streamer acquisitions such as deals with Ninja and Shroud might have initially drawn viewers in, but it's lacked the mass appeal Microsoft and Xbox specifically need leading up to the launch of the Xbox Series X and xCloud, Xbox's on-demand streaming service. Quote, ultimately, the success of partners and streamers on Mixer is dependent on our ability to scale the service for them as quickly and broadly as possible, end quote. Xbox boss Phil Spencer explained in a post on Xbox Wire. Quote, it became clear that the time needed to grow our own live streaming community to scale was out of measure with the vision and experiences we want to deliver to gamers now. So we've decided to close the operations side of Mixer and help the community transition to a new platform. To better serve our community's needs, we're teaming up with Facebook to enable the Mixer community to transition to Facebook Gaming, end quote. So one thing I want to talk about with this is that we brought this up weeks ago. I brought up specifically the something that I had read about all of the growth of these streaming platforms over the last year. So over 2019, it was something like YouTube streaming, like YouTube gaming streaming or whatever, grew by like 300%. Twitch grew by like even more than that. And then there was Facebook gaming. I don't think Facebook gaming had anything yet, but Mixer had only grown by 0.2% over the entire year. You know, so like they were on their way out.
Yeah.
They, like it was a known thing because I remember bringing this up and talking about it and being like, yo, Mixer's about to fucking get canceled.
You know what Mixer kind of reminds me of? And I know it's like a totally different thing, but it was another Microsoft product. Do you remember Zune, the like MP3 player? I feel like
I had a
like
Zune.
It was like a decent product that like they just didn't advertise the right way or something. Like it just didn't like hold up in the market. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why Zune did so bad, you know?
I think it was just too expensive, and then like Apple was already doing like, you know, there was already like iTunes and all this stuff, so nobody wanted to fuck with Zune.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wanted a Microsoft like music app, you know. But my thing is with Mixer going away is that so Ninja was bought out for like something like it was like $130 million that he was supposed to get over 3 years like on his contract. So they just told him he can go back to Twitch. Like his contract is cut, but he gets his $130 million up front. So like,
fuck yeah, dude.
he just made $130.
That was like the best decision he ever fucking made.
Yeah.
Dude. And now he's back on Twitch probably
now,
and making fucking shitloads of money again, you know?
Yeah, because whenever he went over to Mixer, he lost like half of his you know followers. Now he's just going to collect that $130 million, go back to Twitch and have all of his followers back and be making his money through there again. Like he never has to work a day in his life.
No, and you know what's crazy? Like the fact that he like continues to like do this, even though he's like a multi-millionaire now, like he's gonna be setting up like his kids, you know what I mean? Like,
he's gonna be in the 1%. Dude.
You know what's crazy is like it's such a low impact job too. Like he could do this like until he's like fucking 80. You know,
I wouldn't say that. Well, low impact. He's literally sitting on his ass for like 7 to 8 hours a day. Like at that point, he's gonna like die of like fucking.
Surely he exercises or something. He's not like, you know, like decrepit looking. Like you'd think somebody who just like sits there all day, every day.
Yeah, would look worse.
I mean? Yeah.
But you don't know what's going on internally. You know, like,
True.
just because he looks good on the outside doesn't mean he's not fucking himself up by, like, sitting on his ass that long.
True.
You
But
know?
he might be, he might be getting a good hard workout in.
Yeah, moving his hand on that mouse.
Like afterwards,
Oh,
like,
yeah, he might go work out
like
or
the
whatever.
1 hour of free time he has during his day. Maybe he just like fucking
just, like,
hauls ass on the treadmill.
He just,
Before
like,
bed every
drops
night,
into, like, fucking burpees, like, for an hour.
He sleeps like sitting on doing wall sits. Just
Oh,
like,
my gosh. Yeah, it's obviously, like, I'm sure he'll retire at a younger age than normal people would anyways,
Dude,
like, just because.
I would have been, this would be my retirement, dude. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'd buy a nice house and I'd be set for life.
I'd just go to YouTube. I'd just pay people to follow me around with a camera, and then, like, I'd just make content all day.
See, that's the thing. He's at that level of, like, celebrity where he could, like, do something different if he wanted to.
Yeah,
You know?
if he truly
like
wanted to.
PewDiePie with his little YouTube TV show he did for a while. You know, he could, like, branch out and, like, not have to sit there and do fucking Fortnite for 10 hours a day.
No,
Like,
I think he just really likes Fortnite for some
bro,
reason.
he must. Like, that shit would drive me nuts. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have the patience to, like, maybe if I was getting millions of
Millions
dollars.
and Adidas contracts. He's got a contract with Adidas, bro.
Yeah. Fortnite's probably a lot more fun if you're, like, winning every game. You know what I mean?
He's not that good, though.
I mean, he's better than
He's
me.
good.
He's good enough to win every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like he's, like, insanely good or something. He just plays, and then, like, like, it's so weird. Like, he started out as a Halo pro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. Anyways,
I wonder if he's gonna play that new Halo game when it comes out.
he can't. He
He
can't.
switched to Apex for a little bit when it came out.
Yeah,
I'm sure they
for like a
paid
week.
him, but like
He probably saw a drop in, like, his follower, because, like, most of his, like, subscribers and, like, viewers are like 10. Like,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, so for my job today, okay, I had to go to this. I manage a gym. I had to go buy drinks to put in our fridge from this nutrition shop or whatever. And I go over there. The guy has his, like, probably 10-year-old son, like, sitting behind the counter, like, on his computer playing Fortnite. Like, I know he's playing Fortnite because I hear all of his friends on TeamSpeak or whatever, and they're like, yeah, let's go over to duos, Jimmy. And like his other friends are like, what? Okay, I see how it is. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, why are you guys going to duos? He's like, because you keep complaining about us stealing your kills, man. He's like, we don't want to play with someone who's just. He's like, well, I'm trying to get XP, dog. And like, and I was just like, they're like 10, and like his dad.
little Jimmy learned a valuable lesson that day, dude.
Yeah, he's like, quit bitching. Yeah, but
quit
no,
bitching. Yeah.
his dad was like the one selling me the stuff, and he's like, kids are fucking stupid. He literally said that, and I was like, well, it's like the problems just, they just evolve over time. They start out with just, I need more XP, and then you start fighting over, like, more important stuff, like, who's gonna play guitar, in the band, things like that. And then,
man.
all
the real issues.
Yeah, I was like, just wait, man. It just gets crazier. I was like, I just wanted to tell the dude. She's like, just play with the guy. Just play with him. Y'all keep playing quads. Don't fight over fucking XP. But he'll learn. He'll learn. You got to let him learn.
That's true.
But anyways, yeah. So Fortnite is like literally a child's game right now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously adults play it, but I think the main group of people playing it are kids that have access to apps on their parents' like iPads and phones and stuff like that, and they play with their friends.
Yeah, I mean, it's like us playing Blood Gulch when we were a kid.
Oh my god, dude!
It's like every day, dude. Every second we had a free time. Like,
isn't that depressing?
Dude, like, we've come such a long way. Like, think about how much crazier Fortnite is than just like us on Blood Gulch, like throwing grenades on top of
with
each other.
System Link. We both had to have an Xbox to even play it.
That's when it got crazy, when you're getting down to like 8 people or something like that.
Oh,
you
dude.
know what I mean? Get
8
that
people?
landline going, bro. It's over.
Anyways, what you got?
Okay, I won't read this whole article, but EA CEO Andrew Wilson started talking to us in one of these fireside chats, and he started talking about how he wants to put betting in his games.
What?
Betting.
Oh, betting.
Specifically on sports games. Like you can go online and pull up a game of somebody playing against somebody else and, like, bet on it. You know what I mean?
I like that. I think that's illegal, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of rule, but, like, I bet there's a workaround he can figure out, you know. I think this could be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, if you...
Oh, it could definitely be fun. I just think that they're going to have a lot of problems getting that to work. You know what I'm saying?
You'd almost have to, like, restrict it to, like, certain states. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Certain states are, like, are completely, like... Not even just states. You'd have to restrict it to different countries and stuff. Like, certain countries would ban it.
Or
like,
maybe
completely.
maybe like a form of currency. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you only get, like, PlayStation money or something like that, or like EA bucks or some shit.
Oh yeah,
you can spend it on more EA games. You know what I mean?
You can buy little tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man, take it online. Anyways, developer Sucker Punch Productions has announced that its open-world samurai game Ghost of Tsushima has gone gold.
Heyo.
Yes, this means the game is ready for production and won't miss its scheduled July 17th launch for PlayStation 4. So that's just some good news. I mean, if you're excited about Ghost of Tsushima, I'm not too hyped about it, but whatever. That's
I think it could go either way. Like I said, it's kind of got like a Days Gone kind of feel to me, you know?
It's like one of those games that no one's going to, like, talk about. You know, it's just going to hit and then be gone.
It looks pretty good, but it's like, I don't know, you know?
The graphics look beautiful, but the gameplay looks boring as shit to me.
I bet it gets like an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to say a 7.5.
Yeah. Somewhere in thereabouts.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a big day for Facebook as it relates to video games. In addition to Microsoft partnering with Facebook for live streaming games after closing Mixer, the social network has now acquired a major developer. Facebook announced that it has acquired Ready at Dawn, the studio known for its work on the God of War franchise. The studio developed God of War Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta for PSP, in addition to God of War Origins Collection for PS3. On top of the God of War franchise, Ready at Dawn developed the 2015 PS4 exclusive The Order 1886, which kind of got bad reception.
Yeah.
In 2017, Ready at Dawn started working with Facebook-owned Oculus Studios on the Rift titles Lone Echo, Echo Arena, and Echo Combat, which is that game I played a while back where you're in space with the girl. Echo Combat 2 is currently in development for the Rift. So they've kind of been developing Rift exclusives for a while now, but now they're, like, officially owned by Facebook. It says, at Facebook, Ready at Dawn will continue developing groundbreaking content for virtual reality. Groundbreaking. With Facebook's latest advancements in VR technology, Ready at Dawn can readily explore a future of rich and immersive original VR content, Facebook said in its news release announcing the buyout. Ready at Dawn will continue to operate as an independent studio, Facebook said, and the company won't move offices. They will stay in their current location in Irvine, California, and Portland, Oregon. Facebook has been ramping up its game studio acquisitions as of late. In addition to Ready at Dawn, the game company owns Beat Saber developer Beat Games and Sonic and Spyro developer Sanzaru Games.
It kind of blows my mind that Beat Games wasn't taken.
I know, right? Like
Beat Games.
After all this time. So that's kind of cool, man. Big things Oculus is doing. I think all these, Quest sales have really, like, push the market forward a lot. I think, honestly, Half-Life Alyx has really pushed the market forward a lot because I think people bought shitloads of fucking Oculus Quests and Oculus Rifts to play Half-Life Alyx with.
Yeah.
And now Facebook is like, okay, this is lucrative. Let's, put more eggs in that basket. I saw a thing earlier today, too, where they said they were discontinuing Oculus Go, which I'm actually kind of happy about because I feel like they shouldn't be pushing 3 Degree of Freedom VR. Like, I feel like that technology is, like, obsolete and we're beyond that. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need more fucking phone VR. You know what I mean? We need real 6 degrees of freedom,
I wish I knew what you were talking about, but yes, we
basically
need that.
Just the ability to, like, go forward and backward and not just turn your head left and right. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, we need movement.
Yeah.
So Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot says Crash Bandicoot has been missing in action for years at this point, with remastered versions of his past adventures and racing spin-offs keeping fans occupied. However, the time to wait is almost up, as the famous mascot is back this year with a completely new adventure that Activision is calling a quote-unquote true sequel. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is a follow-up to the original PlayStation trilogy, and it's being designed by a group of longtime fans. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time has a release date of October 2nd, 2020, and it will release on PS4 and Xbox One. Unlike the Insane trilogy, it hasn't been announced for PC or Switch. It's in the works at Toys for Bob, which also handled the Spyro Reignited trilogy. Crash 4 uses the same basic platforming gameplay of the original titles, but with advanced and modern twists such as wall running and grinding rails to make it through tougher areas. The art style has been overhauled for the latest systems, and you'll be able to play as Neo Cortex alongside Crash and Coco. Set at the very end of Crash Bandicoot Warped, the new game sees Neo Cortex, Dr. Entropy, and Uka Uka finally escape from their remote plant and return for another attempt at multiverse domination. Yeah.
Did you say that was developed by Toys for Bob?
Yep, completely.
Okay. So that's interesting. It'll be fun to see what they do, like not with a remake. You know what I mean? Like with an actual,
with their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Okay. It's been 5 years since Rocksteady's Batman Arkham Knight emerged to mass acclaim, and the studio's long silence has led fans to speculate about what its next project might look like. According to a report from Eurogamer, we might finally have our answer. A cache of recently registered domain names first spotted on Reset Era, including SuicideSquadGame.com, indicate that Rocksteady is developing a game based on DC's Suicide Squad.
Trash. I don't want it.
Eurogamer has corroborated that this is the case. According to Eurogamer, one domain may turn out to be the game's final title and serves as a summary of the game's central idea. Suicide Squad KillTheJusticeLeague.com. The domain name. The domain name GothamKnightsGame.com was also listed, which is reportedly a reference to a new Batman game under development at Warner Bros. Montreal. That studio is best known for creating Batman Arkham Origins back in 2013. Additional details about both of these projects may be revealed at Warner Bros. DC Fandom event in August. From what the report suggests, Gotham Knights is further along in development. Both of these projects should be in development for next-gen consoles. So, like Jamel's been saying, I'm not too hyped about Suicide Squad. I guess
Suicide Squad versus Justice League sounds interesting, but
maybe a Rocksteady version of Suicide Squad would be cooler than
Yeah, because Suicide Squad is dope. Not the movie. The movie was fucking trash, but the actual Suicide Squad. Rocksteady seems to go based off of the comics and the old cartoons and shit like that whenever it comes to their stuff. So I think their universe version of Suicide Squad could be cool, and it probably will be, but it's not what I want. I want fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Superman.
That would be sick. Superman would be sick. The one good thing about Suicide Squad as a game, though, would be an open world game as Suicide Squad would let you kind of just do bad shit, you know? Like if you're going through a big open city, you could beat up pedestrians and stuff. I don't know. It would be a little more GTA vibe, you know what I mean? But
but with powers.
But
still don't really care.
But I would much rather have Superman. Or just Justice League versus the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad is the bad guy.
You play as the Justice League.
And you're the Justice League. That would be cooler to me,
Definitely.
That might be the case. I wouldn't be mad about that.
It's not going to be the case. No, it will not be the case. But anyways, Chris Pereira at GameSpot says, Fortnite Battle Royale continues to operate as more than just a game. Having recently premiered a Tenet trailer and hosted a unique musical event featuring Travis Scott. The game is set to once again play host to a concert-style event, this time featuring Diplo, Noah Cyrus, and Young Thug. The event is officially dubbed Diplo Presents Thomas Wesley with special guests Noah Cyrus and Young Thug. It takes place live on Fortnite Party Royale's main stage this Thursday, June 25th at 6 p.m. PT.
I can't ever understand what Young Thug is saying.
I've never listened to Young Thug.
Yeah, you have.
Have I?
He does that song that's like, I'm on the top of the clapboard and the bat, get it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize till you did that little like singing part at the end, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying either, but it is pretty hype.
Yeah, I don't dislike Young Thug.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a metal band to me, you know? I don't really know what he's saying, but it gets me hyped up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that song specifically kind of reminds me of man, I can't even remember now. It doesn't matter. But anyways, what you got?
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, you finish it out. I'm out of news.
Okay.
So.
I've only got one more, and it's not even video game related, but you guys are gonna love this.
I hate it. No, I'm just kidding.
Beloved young adult book series Animorphs by Ka Applegate is heading to the big screen.
What?
According to The Hollywood Reporter, Scholastic will team up with the producer Eric Feig for the movie. We couldn't be more excited to work with Scholastic to adapt Animorphs, an iconic book series with a widely unique combination of exciting, witty, outlandish, and grounded elements that feel all too relevant for our times.
Yes, all too relevant.
Dude, for real, though. Dude, Animorphs was the shit, man. I hope they do these movies.
It was, but in what way is it relevant to what's going on right now?
I don't know, man, because the fucking aliens want to take over, man. It's like a hidden agenda, you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
The aliens, Epstein didn't kill himself, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what they were referring to.
That's what I'm saying, you know?
They're like, it's all too relevant with the Epstein didn't kill himself situation. Like, that's where we're going with the Scholastic Book Fair, Scholastic Book Fair, the Scholastic Book Series.
That's going to be the grand finale, the final episode.
They're like, we have to figure out who killed Epstein.
It's gonna be one of the Animorphs. They're gonna like fly into his cell as a bird and like peck his throat out and like fly off.
Oh my god, dude, you're right. No, I'm just no, but I'm okay. I'm excited for this. Do you remember the Animorphs TV series?
Bro, do I ever?
Yeah,
it's probably not as good as I remember it being, but I remember it being fire, dude. You know, I remember those little worms crawling in their ear while they're sleeping, like Parasite. Shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude.
It's gonna be a cool little movie here. I mean, maybe it could go one of two ways.
Yeah. Apparently, it's going to launch alongside a graphic novel retelling the original Animorphs books.
Is this going to be like PG-13, or are we getting like a G-rated like bullshit ass movie?
It needs to be a pretty hard PG-13. You know what I mean? Like honestly,
Hunger Games level. Like if it's Hunger Games PG-13, I'm down.
Yeah, I think that's about where you got to put it. You know,
it just can't be whack. That's all I'm saying. I don't want whack shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess that's it. That's it for the video game news this week, guys. We're going to jump on over to this week's releases, where I'm going to let you know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days, starting with Ninjalah, coming to Switch on June 24th for $39.99. Battle with Bats and Bubblegum and the crazy 8-player action game Ninjalah. Ninjalah is a morphing ninja gum action game that allows players to blow bubblegum to craft weapons and use the unconventional fighting method ninjutsu. Adapting to different landscapes, players must fight using or must use lightning-fast reflexes and super parkour mechanics to combat and counter their opponents. The game brings a new era to the world of ninjas through online battles against other players. Then we have Phantom, Covert Ops, coming to PC and Oculus Quest on June 25th. Actually, Brent just went to the restroom. I'm going to save this one for whenever Brent comes out, because I feel like he'll know more about it. Oh, look, speak of the devil himself, Brent Bass is here.
Sorry.
Look, this game coming out, I figured you probably know about it.
I think I heard you.
Phantom Covert Ops.
I didn't realize this was coming out so soon, and this is super exciting.
It's coming in June 25th to PC, VR, and Oculus Quest. It says, you are a Phantom, an elite and deadly covert operative with a single night to prevent all-out war. Dispatched into remote hostile wetlands in your tactical kayak, utilize military-grade weapons and equipment to evade and neutralize the enemy threat. How you plan and execute every mission and encounter is your choice.
The shit looks so incredibly cool. It actually won a bunch of awards at like one of those like PAX shows or something recently. Like one of those, yeah. It was like best in show, like on a fucking shitload of different like,
Well, what
stages.
it says that it's supposed to be like one of the most like immersive VR games. It says 1-to-1 player movement and body awareness, delivering a new level of immersion.
Better have fucking, but like it looks tight. Like, okay, so you're in your tactical kayak or whatever.
Hell yeah.
And that's like your gimmick in this game. You know what I mean? Because like locomotion in VR is one of those things that's like,
Well, I just picture you're just like.
Exactly. So you got your little fucking raft like thing, and you're like paddling like quietly, and like there's like guards like on the fucking thing, and you're like going through the swamp.
Wait, do you ever get out of the swamp?
I don't know. All the trailer I saw was like him, and he's like sneaking around in his little kayak, like sniping people and like pulling out his little pistol, and as he like floats by in his little kayak and just shooting people off docks and stuff. It looks tight, dude. Like
I kind of don't care anymore. I don't want to be in a fucking kayak the whole time. Like,
well, I don't know for a fact that you are in a kayak.
You better be able to get out of the goddamn kayak.
I don't know, man. It might be pretty cool.
Move silently across the water, sneaking through reeds and beneath enemy walkways, or ambush hostiles in exhilarating combat. I don't know how you're gonna ambush people in a fucking kayak.
You gotta watch the trailer, bro.
I'm just saying.
He shows it. It shows him, and he's like floating up, and he's got his like little C4, and he's like beep, and it's it like blows up everything.
They're like, wait, that guy's in a kayak. We could just beat that dude's ass right now.
Somebody get the rocket launcher.
Yeah, you're just like.
That's why it's like a stealth thing, you know?
I'm sorry, but I see a dude in a kayak, I'm going to beat his ass, bro. I'm going to fucking make a wave in the water so he flips over, and then I'm going to go beat his ass, bro. Like,
You're
I'm
never
just
going to
saying.
see the guy in the kayak.
Oh, apparently. How long is this fucking river? Because, and why did they build all of the enemy bases along this river? Why are you guarding the river? Like,
I'll have more answers for you.
Yeah, I need the answers.
I'm gonna get this as soon as it comes out, so you'll know.
But I'm just letting all y'all know, if you ever try to fucking sneak up on me in a fucking kayak, I'm gonna beat your kayak fucking ass, dude. Like, I'm gonna flip it. I'm just saying.
Don't sneak up on JAMAL in a kayak.
Cause
ever. If you
dumb as shit, bro. Like, I'm gonna throw a rock in your kayak
what if
so
they're
it
just trying
sinks.
to like play a prank on you? Like they're just like a joke.
I'm just saying, you can play a joke. But you're getting a rock in your kayak.
Dang, dog.
I'm just saying, you're going to sink to the bottom, bro. Like, you don't even have to hit the person with a... Like, okay, say you're guarding the river for whatever fucking reason.
Okay.
All you got to do is shoot a hole in the kayak. You don't even have to shoot the guy.
Bro, it's a tactical kayak.
Oh, so is it made of, like, bulletproof?
Hell
like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
You already know this shit.
You're floating in some Kevlar?
It better be.
Yeah, like...
What kind of tactical kayak?
The guy comes, he's like,
that would be
all right,
shit.
have you made land? Or he's like, have you made it to land yet? I'm still in the tactical kayak. It's like, well, you're supposed to get out. You got to infiltrate. I'm staying in the tactical kayak.
What if like part of the game is like you go on land, but
and you put
like,
the kayak over your head because it's tactical?
I was thinking you just stay in the kayak and you like pull yourself across like that shark game I've been playing. You know what I mean?
Maneater?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways,
like hopping, like
yeah, you're gonna have to give us a review on that when that game drops.
I definitely
on the 25th.
Oh, I will.
So, also, Borderlands 3 is Bounty of Blood, A Fistful of Redemption is coming to Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia on June 25th for whatever the season pass costs. Borderlands 3's third campaign add-on, Bounty of Blood, A Fistful of Redemption, features an all-new setting. Only here, your Vault Hunter will interact with an entirely new cast of characters as an unseen narrator commentates your adventure. You'll travel to the harsh desert planet of Gehenna to claim a bounty on the Devil Riders, a vicious gang of bandits that's been terrorizing the small town of Vestige.
I heard that this one is actually pretty good compared to the other Borderlands DLCs.
Sounds interesting.
It's like a Wild West kind of theme.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. I heard with the Fistful of Redemption kind of gave that away for me. Hunting Simulator 2 is coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC on June 25th for $39.99.
Boy!
It's open season. In stunning natural environments, choose your gear from the best official weapons and accessories and set off with your dog in search of a variety of animal species in this hunting simulation. In Hunting Simulator 2, you explore bigger, more varied, and more spectacular natural environments thanks to completely redesigned graphics and sound effects. The game provides many hours of challenges and immersion among the flora and fauna of some of the most beautiful areas of Europe and the United States. Among the many new features of Hunting Simulator 2, hunting fans can rely on their hunting dog, whose abilities will be a big asset for tracking down game. There are over 33 animal species defined in Hunting Simulator 2. The artificial intelligence for each species has had significant work put in to recreate their unique and realistic behaviors. Ducks act like ducks. With help from your four-legged companion, learn how to follow their tracks to complete your objectives. Via an all-new interface, hunters can also choose every piece of their gear to ensure they use the most suitable equipment for their prey in the various environments found in Hunting Simulator 2.
Dope.
I'm going to shoot the dog.
What? You monster.
I feel like
playing too much Wolfenstein too, dude.
I mean, they kept on talking about, it's like there's 33 species of animals to hunt.
One of them is
the dog. It's like, I wonder if you can shoot your dog.
Run, boy.
Yeah.
Fetch this.
That's got to be a fun game to stream. I want to try that.
Definitely.
And then Blair Witch is coming to Switch.
Hey, that's fun to say.
Yeah, June 25th for $29.99. We all know what this is. It came out on Xbox Game Pass originally. Now it's out on PlayStation 4 and finally Switch.
Came out on Xbox originally.
Yeah, just letting y'all know. Y'all
whatever,
are stupid.
Not a big deal or anything, you know.
And then
stupid.
And then Poop Die is coming to Switch on June 25th for $5.
You play this game, it dies, you poop.
It says Dungeon Crawl with PewDiePie and Bulbware in Poop Die. Mold and manage your own poops. Upgrade them with unique skills. Fart ancient spells. Defeat evil Samron and his army of butt creatures. Yes, that's a game, and you can play that for $5. And then we have Mr. Driller Drill Land coming to Switch and PC on June 25th for $29.99. Mr. Driller returns. You're invited to a secret amusement park known as Drill Land, 500 meters underground. Explore and conquer the 5 attractions with simple yet exciting gameplay that guests of all ages can enjoy. Okay, and then we have Observation coming to Switch on June 25th. Couldn't find a price for this game. Set on an Earth orbiting facility. Observation, contemporary sci-fi thriller. It doesn't even say Observation is in. It's just Observation, contemporary sci-fi thriller that sees players take control of Sam, an onboard AI assisting crew member Dr. Emma Fisher after a mysterious event damages the station and seems to cause the rest of the crew to vanish.
I've heard that game's pretty good.
It sounds like that game that you were playing in VR.
Kinda, yeah.
There's also the small matter of a rogue signal with a simple message for her. Bring her. Okay.
Nah.
I'm good. No. And then we have Control, the Foundation, coming to Xbox One on June 25th for $14.99. Control, the Foundation is the first DLC expansion for the mind-bending third-person action adventure game Control. The astral plane is colliding with our reality. Jesse Faden, as the director of the Federal Bureau, I hate that word. I can't say that word. Federal Bureau of Control must travel through the caverns of the Foundation to prevent the astral plane from consuming the oldest house. You know what other word I can't say? Bureaucrats. Bureaucrats. How do you say it?
Bureaucrat?
Bureaucrat.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Bureaucrat. I'll never, I
think if you just don't think too much about it and just spit it out.
But is it bureau?
I feel like bureaucrat.
The bureau.
Bureaucrat. I'm probably wrong, you know?
No, you sound right. You sound about right.
I feel right when I say it, you know?
And then we have Rival Stars Horse Racing Desktop Edition coming to PC June 25th for $40.
What am I going to get? This or Hunting Simulator?
I know,
No, I'm
right?
just kidding.
This is a fucking redneck's wet dream,
Oh my
dude.
god. What's next? NASCAR fucking 2021, dude. It's going down.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but a comprehensive equestrian lifestyle game. Rival Stars Horse Racing Desktop Edition lets you care for and train your own stable of horses. Breed the perfect champion. So you're just making horses fucking here.
Hell
Manage
yeah,
a
dude.
homestead ranch
They
and
better
race
have
for
graphic
victory.
horse sex in this game, dude. I'll be pissed if there's not
Yeah.
some kind of like horse
Rated
fucking-
A.
Yeah.
No, but players take the reins of a neglected family homestead. I thought they were going to say a neglected horse. I was like, that's sad. A family homestead with the aim to turn their worn-out farm into a thriving equestrian center. A friendly cast of characters assist in this goal as the narrative unfolds by breeding, training, and racing horses, as well as upgrading their homestead. Players climb the racing leaderboards and restore their family's horse management legacy.
Okay, I know I was talking all that shit, but that actually doesn't sound like too bad of a game.
Yeah, it sounds fun. It's
Yeah,
got
I
some
mean, if you were into like horses and shit, you know, like
and building.
yeah, it's kind of got like some tycoon elements that could be a lot of fun, you know.
That's what I'm getting out of it. I'm
Yeah.
seeing some Sims like or Sim City type shit.
Yeah, I think if you're just really into horses and you didn't have the funds to like live out this dream IRL, you know, this could be for you.
Which
you
I don't think many people have the funds IRL.
know? No, and
It's
I
like-
think that's why this is a good idea for a game, probably, because like a lot of these things, it's like it's the fantasy of it, like you
Yeah.
know.
It's like I saw some post the other day. Apparently, it costs like $250,000 a year to have like a horse.
Well, I mean, I bet you could do it for cheaper than that, but
Yeah, if you starve the horse and stuff. No. It's good. If you
I know
just-
lots of
if
people
you
growing
fed it-
up that I know for a fact did not have $250,000
If
a year.
you,
At
you
their
gotta feed it
disposal.
Olroy horse food. Yeah.
the Purina fucking horse chow. Like,
Yeah. No, I don't think it's okay. Maybe it was 250,000 for like multiple horses.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
it was
if
like
you have, like, a-
30,000 a year for a horse or
okay,
something like
that.
that.
Sounds more.
Maybe I got my numbers wrong. Okay, like because
I bet
that
it's
does
not
sound
cheap.
a little.
Like, don't get me
insane.
wrong. You know, like I'm thinking it's probably an expensive
Yeah,
thing to get into, but
but you gotta have to feed that horse what you
the
got.
horse is getting put down if it's 250,000. Sorry, we're eating horse meat tomorrow.
I want to play this game just so I can name horses, like,
That would
and
be
then
fun,
like
yeah.
raise them up. You know, the graphics look nice. Like from what I saw, the screenshots, they look legit. Like you could see the veins and the fucking
In the horse
and
dick while they're fucking. You know what I mean?
they're planting that horse.
That horsey.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Name it like something cool. What would you name a horse? Why did they name a horse Seabiscuit? What does that even mean?
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
Maybe he like dropped a biscuit in the ocean and the horse like bent over and ate it anyway. And he was like, "Oh shit, that's
like,
sea biscuit right there." He was-
Good old Seabiscuit. Yeah. Anyways, Brigandine, The Legend of Runercia, is coming to Switch on June 25th for $49.99. The turn-based strategy series Brigandine makes its return after 20 years with Brigandine, The Legend of Runercia.
Okay.
I'm not going to read any more of that. But the Anno History Collection is coming to PC on June 25th for $39.99. The Anno History Collection includes 4 beloved city-building classics and their expansions, included in the Anno History Collection are Anno 1602 History Edition and its expansion, New Islands, New Adventure, Anno 1503 History Edition and its expansion, Treasures, Monsters, and Pirates, Anno 1701 History Edition and its expansion, The Sunken Dragon, and Anno 1404 History Edition and its expansion, Venice. Okay.
Okay.
And then we have, which I've never heard of any of those games.
I'm thinking they're like city builder kind of games or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then we have Yes, Your Grace coming to Switch on June 26th for $19.99. In the Kingdom Management RPG, Yes, Your Grace, petitioners will arrive in the throne room each turn to ask for your advice and assistance. The game tells a tale of Davern, a medieval kingdom ruled by King Eric. The game is set in a fictional world where monsters and arcane practices inspired by Slavic folklore are the order of the day. Villagers will ask for your help with various problems, from monsters attacking the village to a lack of places to relax and enjoy themselves. Some will bring humor to your throne room, and some will present you with difficult choices. Your family is important too, and throughout your time as king, you will have to support them in their struggles. Decide whether to help them with their problems or to conserve resources for more important matters. Remember, supplies are limited, and not everyone has the kingdom's best interests at heart.
It sounds like the end of Fable 3, where you're like the king, and like you have to like spend a little bit of each day sitting in the throne room listening to everybody's like problems, you know?
But a full game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds interesting. And then we have Made of Skur coming to PS4.
Made of Skur!
Yeah, the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on June 29th. Couldn't find a price for this game. Inspired by macabre Welsh folklore, Made of Skur is a first-person survival horror game set in a remote hotel.
Ooh.
Yeah, brave the nightmares of the quiet men based on the haunting true story of Elizabeth Williams. You play as Thomas Evans, a musician who is thrust into a terrifying battle to save the woman he loves. Set in 1898 in and around Skur House, a real dwelling which still stands to this day and is said to be one of the most haunted in Britain. Gameplay is focused on story, exploration, and no-weapon survival tactics. Experience a multiple-thread narrative where your decisions matter, unlocking different story paths and multiple endings.
Ooh, need that.
Sounds tight.
That sounds like one of the most heat games you fucking mention all day. Like,
right, dude?
Dang.
The fire. Dark Moon is coming to PC on June 29th. Couldn't find a price, but Dark Moon is a survival strategy game where in order to survive, you must avoid the sun's scorching rays and embrace the darkness. Gather resources, upgrade your mobile base, make tough moral decisions, and keep moving forward. Remember, whatever you do, don't go into the light. And that's it for this week's releases.
Cool.
Yeah.
Some cool stuff coming.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't realize that kayak game was coming out. I'm excited about that.
The kayak game does sound a little interesting, I guess.
You got to see the trailer. It'll seem cooler if you see the trailer. You can kind of get their vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, their vision sounds very narrow. No, I'm just kidding. I'll see. Sounds like a narrow stream, if you ask me. But I'll check. I'll check out the trailer, and then I'll get back to you on what I think about that. But anyways, so we're going to jump on over to currently playing before we get into the topic of the show. So Brent, what have you been playing currently?
Oh man, I just been playing that shit, man. No, actually, I 100%ed Maneater. I've finished it. I've turned into a mega shark. I've got all the upgrades and stuff, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was like a short little romp. You know what I would compare it to? Weirdly enough, you remember Destroy All Humans? That game. It's getting a remake pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's a lot like Destroy All Humans. That's what it felt like to me. It's goofy, but serious enough to hold itself together through the majority of the game. You know what I mean? The plot was kind of just
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, and the characters were ridiculous. It was funny, but it was fun to play. The graphics were really good. All in all, it was a joy to play. You know what I mean?
Good. I'm glad to hear.
It was a good game to zone out to, when you ever just want a game that doesn't have too much going on. Sometimes I'm so tired after work, I don't want to immerse myself in a full story or something like that. I just want something where I can just
play,
fight or do something like that.
Just a nice little sandbox.
Yeah.
To play in.
It's a fun little game. It's not the best game ever. I'd put it at a 7 or 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? But it looks nice and it plays good. I don't know.
Nice.
Solid game. And then I've been playing a little bit of Dead Space, the first one.
Ah.
I don't know why. It was $2 on the store, so I bought it. And I'm enjoying it, It's Dead Space. Y'all know Dead Space,
Yeah, nice little throwback.
Nice little throwback. I've been playing a little bit of the Monopoly video game. I don't know why.
Get out. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know why. I've been playing the shit out of it. I can't get enough. Then I have also been playing Asgard's Wrath, which is actually by that studio we were talking about earlier that did Spyro and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Toys for Bob?
No, Sanzu, the original Spyro.
Oh, the original Spyro. Okay.
Yeah. Facebook owns these guys now. This is an Oculus exclusive game. It's fucking sick, dude. Like, oh my god, I can't say enough good things about this game. So, like, you play as, like, a god, basically. The game starts out, and you're, like, watching, like, Loki and, like, this Kraken, like, in the middle of the ocean, like, fighting each other, you know what I mean? And then, like, Loki, like, gets tied up by the Kraken, and he, like, throws you a sword, and he's like, help me, you know, and you kill the Kraken, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna help you become, like, the best god ever, you know what I mean? And so, like, Loki, you're, like, this god, and you're, like, possessing humans, and, like... So, like, you possess, like, this human warrior woman, and you're going to, like, help her. And, like, you, like, when you go into her, you're holding a sword and shield, and it's, like, just a normal VR game. You see your arms, and you're, like, you know, a warrior. You know what I mean? You're walking around solving puzzles and shit. But then you can also, like, hold Y, and you'll go into, like, God mode, and you, like, everything, you zoom it out, and, like, everything's like a little toy. She's, like, in front of you. And, like, you can pick up, like, a shark and, like, wave your hand over it and turn it into, like, a little shark companion guy and, like, put it in the world with her. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
and then
weird.
go back to her and, like, you know, she's got this huge shark dude that fights with her now. You know what I mean? Or, like, you can, I don't know, just little things like that. And, like, it's so much fun, dude. Like, the game is, like, graphically really, really good. It was, like, 130 gigabyte download or some shit like that. Yeah. But, like, man, it's so good. And I'm not very far into it, but from what I've played so far, it's, like, just as good as, like, Half-Life Alyx or any of those games. You know what I mean? It's, like, really, really high quality. You know what I mean? Which is rare in the VR world, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, cool. I'll have more info on that whenever I play more, but so far I'm really digging it.
Nice. That's all you're playing right now?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Cool. So I've been playing more Warzone. I finally got my first solo win. And then I think I got another win in trios. I can't remember if it happened this week or whatever, but I'm at around 9 or 10 wins now.
Dope.
So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling heated. I'm feeling like a real champion right now. But
it's always a good feeling.
Yeah.
I need to jump on some duos, man. I need to get back in there.
I'm telling you, dude.
I played a little Fortnite this week. I didn't talk about it, but I played a little Fortnite this weekend too, just to try out the new season where everything's like underwater.
How's that?
It's pretty cool. There's like sharks swimming around everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
There's boats. I don't know.
All right.
It's Fortnite.
Sounds about right. But then I also I decided to bust out my Super Game Boy and like play some stuff on the big screen.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, because I got some games in that I never played Super Mario Land 2, like the golden coins. Like I've always played the first one. And Super Mario Land 2 is basically, it's like Super Mario World. Like it has a lot of the same stuff going on, but on Game Boy, and it has like all these different worlds, and it's pretty interesting. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. So
I'm gonna have to try that out. You know, Super Mario Land 1 is like one of my favorite Mario games ever.
Yeah, and it's nothing like that. It's like literally like if you took Super Mario World and mixed it with like Super Mario 3 and like just put it on Game Boy. That's what it's like.
I prefer Super Mario World, like just because it's like the little breaks between the levels. You can save and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, this one's a lot like that. Can
you save your game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you can save it. And it has like the graphics just like Super Mario World. Like, wow. I mean, not like color, obviously, because it came out on original Game Boy. But with the Super Game Boy, you can change the colors like on screen and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. Like,
it'd be fun to play Pokemon like that. I bet that was the shit back in the day, dude.
Like, I've been doing it. I've been playing Pokemon Yellow on there.
There's
like,
something special about the artwork of the OG Pokemon games, you know?
So
like
much
how
chubbier.
chubby Pikachu was and stuff. Like,
it's a whole different era. It was just a whole different time. Like it takes me back whenever I see it.
That's like a deep nostalgia for me. Like when I see like the Giovanni animation and shit. Like my god, dude.
Take me back. But yeah, but that's all I've been playing. if you guys want to let us know what you've been playing, you can drop it in the stream chat if you're watching us on stream, or you can, drop it in the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GameSpeakPodcast, or in the YouTube comments if you watch it there. But anyways, so we're going to jump on over to the topic of the show.
Woo!
So today's topic of the show is actually a very, very specific, weird one. It's called... let's create, or I called it let's make video game icon death squads.
Okay, I
so
like that.
Basically, Brent and I took up the task of creating our own five character team of video game icons, like iconic video game characters, and we're gonna see whose team is dopest, like who would slay the other team.
Battle it out.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we're probably gonna think our own team wins, but we'll leave it up to you guys to decide. After the show comes out, you guys can let us know, in the group or whatever, which team was doper, and then you can also make your own team and then take on our team with your team. But
like that.
I guess. Do you want to go one person? No, let's just go through the whole team.
I was about to say, we should probably present our whole team as one, so because I feel like
Okay. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go?
Lay it on me. How about you hit it off?
Okay, a little background on my team. I decided to go about it in the way, I was like, okay, so how does a team set up in Overwatch? So like in Overwatch, they have, the tank.
Yeah.
You have your damage, and you have your support, and it's basically set up but I switched it up a little bit. I have two supports. I added a scout, which is more like a stealthy character. Then I have my damage, and then I have my tank.
Okay, I like that.
So first off, for the tank, coming in hot with Nemesis from Resident Evil 3.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he can take crazy amounts of damage, and he's got a fucking rocket launcher.
Yeah, and he's fast. He's got the whip thing too.
Yeah, he's the perfect tank character. He can fucking get blown to bits, and he'll still come back and fuck you up for some reason. So yeah, I went with him as my tank. My damage, I went with a classic BJ Blazkowicz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got his hatchet and his shock hammer shotgun for close range, and then his I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong. Sturm. It's not Gewer. It's how do you pronounce?
I know what you're talking about, though.
Gavar?
I have no idea how to pronounce it, but I know what you mean. The rifle?
Yeah, the German rifle.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about. The Sturm, whatever, but for his mid to long range attacks. And then, of course, we got some hand grenades.
I think the most important thing about BJ, though, is he's got that fucking suit of armor that he gets in the second game, which makes him
much more powerful.
Yeah, he's almost got Nemesis level damage absorption he can take, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or Master Chief or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And then so my first support, this is where it gets a little weird. My support character is going to be Nurse Joy. So
okay.
She can
ding, ding, ding.
She can heal the team all at once with a cooldown. Obviously, there's got to be a cooldown effect, so she can't use it over and over again.
Yeah. I didn't think about a healer, man. You kind of got me there.
Yeah, and her weapon is she's armed with 6 random freshly healed Pokemon.
Oh,
so
shit,
every at the start of the match, she'll just get a random assortment of Pokemon that you just happen to have been turned in to get some healing. She's just gonna use them for herself.
Damn.
So now my scout character is it's gonna be Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. So he's going to have his sniper rifle, his SOCOM, and his high-frequency blade for close combat and deflection of bullets. He's going to be stealthy, and he can report back to the team on where enemies are located using his radio and his codec frequencies and whatnot. He's like, hey, guys, we got some fucking dumbasses over here. We're going to fucking fuck up, bro. Okay, and then my final character is also a support, but hers is less focus on healing and more focus on ammunition and weapons, and then also protecting. And so It's Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite.
She's great.
She can tear through the space-time continuum to provide ammo and weapons, but she can also pull people through the tears or prevent the team from being killed by putting a tear between them and the enemy for a limited time. Obviously, there's a cooldown effect with that, but...
yeah, the tear would definitely be useful for when my team starts smashing that ass. You gotta get away, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Or before they can even smash that ass.
Oh, God.
Just gonna tear it up, dude.
Just go through a tear to an alternate dimension where my team doesn't even exist, dude. Like,
oh, so that is my team. That is my death squad.
I like that.
All right, let's hear yours.
All right. I like that. Okay. So I did not put as many healers, but I think I might still have some kick-ass folks over here. So my number 5, I did kind of think about this a little bit like you did, you know, with like the tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
So this would pretty much be my tank. Kratos, okay?
Okay.
He's pretty much God, first of all.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
He is God.
Technically.
Like.
Yeah. He's super strong. You know what I mean?
He's a demigod. Yeah.
He can, like, you know, whoop that ass if he has to. You know, rip people in half if he needs to. You know, we've seen him, like, tear heads off of giants and stuff.
That's true. That's true. Nemesis would probably not stand a chance.
Yeah, I mean, he would probably outsmart Nemesis. You know what I mean? Just because so that's the one thing about Nemesis is, like, he's super
really
strong,
dumb.
but he's dumb. And he's, like, single-minded. So it would kind of be like a pro and a con, because if you could get Nemesis to focus on, like, the specific enemy you want him.
That's got to be part of his fucking thing, though.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, your main mission, fuck the other tank, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So if he's single-minded, you know, it's not like he's going to be deterred if he gets, like, beat up a little bit or something. He's going to keep on coming, you know what I mean?
I'll keep coming back.
So, I don't know. It'd be a pretty interesting fight for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Kratos is the father. Well, spoiler alert if you haven't played the new God of War. But Atreus, Kratos' son. Spoiler alert, big time. Push the skip 30 seconds button. If
it's already too late.
It's not too late. But Kratos is the father of the Norse god Loki. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, I mean, you got Loki as a kid. You know what I'm saying? You got Zeus as a dad. You know.
But how does that come into gameplay, though? You gotta be specific about you can't.
So, okay, in the 2018 God of War, Atreus is basically everywhere you are, just kind of like running around shooting arrows at stuff.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
So you kind of have like a...
So you'd have like a little support dude kind of.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So my next character would be Mario. Just
Super Mario?
Plain old Super Mario. Not very intimidating guy, you know, on the face value. But let's think about all the things Mario can fucking do.
He can pull fire out of his ass.
He can literally pull fire out of his ass. He can throw his hat into things and possess them.
That's true.
You know what
That's
I mean?
true.
Assuming Cappy's there. You know.
Do you want Cappy Mario, though?
Yes.
In your battle? Okay.
I do. It's essential, actually, because that's part of my, like, strategy. Like, if Mario can't possess people, then I don't want him on the team.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But he can also change into different forms, such as metal, and become invisible. You know what I mean? So he's got a lot of things going for him.
He does. But most of these,
you
gotta have.
He can fly, you know.
You gotta have some restraints. There's got to be some timed effects. The same, like how I was saying, like you gotta have cooldown effects on some of that shit. Because if he could just come over and just fucking.
Well, obviously he's got to get the right hat to like turn metal. You know, like you can't just like turn.
Yeah.
He can't just be like, or like the fire flower. Like that's the thing. He's got to have the right equipment, you know?
Maybe like
Mario's kind of like Batman, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
The only thing he would have going into the battle is Cappy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe like if you get enough like points build up, like a block appears above your head and you can punch it, and then like you get like a some type of, you know, a different weapon
power up,
yeah. And then
I think even if he just had Cappy, he would still be a pretty formidable opponent.
Yes.
I mean, Mario's got them hands, you know what I mean? He can definitely, like,
oh, yeah. They get bigger when he punches, too.
It's true.
His foot gets large.
So Mario would be there, you know. And then number 3, I would have Charizard there as
nice.
a Pokemon. Just Charizard, you know what I mean? But he would have, you know, he can fly. That's the main thing about Charizard.
Yeah.
Is
You
like
could ride him.
He would be our air support. So like if we need to get away from the battle quickly, we could ride him away, or we can ride him to the battle, or he can just fly around over everybody and shoot fire down.
That's true.
Also, Charizard can Mega Evolve once per battle. You know what I mean? So
good call.
we get like Mega Charizard going on over here.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing with Charizard. You know, he could be fighting off Nurse Joy's Pokemon.
I was about to say, he'd have to Mega Evolve to deal with all 6 of Nurse Joy's Pokemon tag teaming him. You know what I mean? So Charizard, I think, would basically just be dealing with Nurse Joy the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's 6 random Pokemon, so they could be shitty. It could be all Rattatas.
Yeah.
You never know.
They could also all be Mewtwo's or something.
That'd be crazy.
That would be kind of
They're
fun.
just all Charizards, and he has to like fight his own family, dude.
But could they not Mega Evolve? Maybe he can. Like, maybe it's like 6 normal Charizards against a Mega Evolved one. You know,
he's got to face that moral dilemma of taking down his own family.
Like why? Okay, number 2 would definitely be Sonic the Hedgehog for me. Okay,
he's got the speed.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like really, that's all he's got going for him. Like as far as like physical, you know, prowess, but I think that could be a huge advantage. You know what I mean? First of all, he can get to you quick, you know? So if there's like some kind of like special sword or something you need to kill one of your characters, he could just, you know, over there and just hand it to you, you know? Also, you know, like he can break the sound barrier because he's like supersonic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, maybe he'll make a sonic boom, freak everybody out, you know what I mean?
Freak everybody out.
Distract everybody or something. Also, he's got a lot of homies, you know? He's chill with, like, Tails and Knuckles and stuff. Not saying they could join the battle, but he's got, like, people skills. So I feel like he would communicate with the team well, you know what I mean?
Would he, though? I feel like he'd be like, hey, guys, what's up, losers? You know? Yeah, I mean, he could use the Chaos Emeralds to go supersonic.
Oh,
like,
dude, yeah.
Become, like, basically Goku, but as Sonic, you know?
Yeah, so he would just basically run really fast. I'd maybe give him a rope so he could, like, you know, do like in Star Wars and just, like, run around everybody's legs and tie him up, you know? And then for my number 1... my stealth guy would actually also be from Metal Gear Solid. It would be Solid Snake.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so you got a very Super Smash Bros. Setup going over on yours.
You know, I didn't think about it, but actually, yeah, everybody except Kratos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a Super Smash Bros. Team, which is fine because, I mean, they're iconic and they're a death squad,
Yeah.
you know? No, I like yours.
I didn't even realize that I was just doing a bunch of Super Smash Bros. Characters.
Well, that was the hard part, was trying to think of characters that were okay, that were like good to okay, that weren't Smash Bros. Characters.
Oh, see.
Like I initially was like Mewtwo, and I was like, no, he's in Smash Bros. And I was like, fucking Mario. I almost put Mario on mine, and I was like, no, it's Smash Bros.
Mario's good.
No, there's no problem with it. It's just like I didn't know if I was gonna come out with it, and you were gonna be like, bro, those are all Smash Bros. Characters. So like I just, you know, like, yeah. So, but yeah, your team's super powerful, but more family friendly.
But also, I don't have any Heelys. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if my team got the jump on you, I think maybe my team could overpower you in like a quick fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think if it was like an extended fight, like you had the high ground, and I was trying to like infiltrate your fucking place or something, like I think you could wear us down over time because there's no way we could heal. You know what I mean?
See, the problem though is like Kratos is just all powerful though. You know,
True.
He's a demigod, so it's like in my situation, I don't really have anybody that can take on a demigod. You know, like nobody in my maybe Elizabeth, because she could like tear the space-time continuum and like drop him from like, you know, space or something. But
yeah, you'd almost have to like cooperate, like, and come up with a plan to like trap. It'd be like a Thanos type situation. You know what I mean?
It would be very hard. A lot of people would die. You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think the trick would be like sacrificing Nemesis to like, you know, go fight Kratos, and then finding a way to like trap him in a void or something, him and Nemesis, because Nemesis is just going to be a liability after he ends up killing Kratos. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, well yeah, because
maybe just send them both through a fucking void and then zip it up, and then
the rest of the characters duke it out.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. But honestly, I can't. I really don't know who would win in this. If you take Kratos out of the equation, I feel like it's a pretty evenly matched setup because mine has some more realistic characters, but the fact that yours are like Super Mario and stuff like that, they like bullets aren't gonna be that effective because Mario can just jump like 20 feet in the fucking air. Like Sonic can move so fast he can literally like weave in and out of the bullets. You know, like it's gonna be a tough situation.
Shoot Mario, I think he would just fall over and die. You know what I mean? Like,
whoa! It's just like, oh, my brother Luigi.
That would actually probably be the best option. Would be to like get Raiden to start the attack. You know what I mean? Like just snipe as many as you can. Try to hit Sonic first. You know.
That's what I was about to say. I would have Raiden fighting Sonic.
Yeah.
I would probably put BJ on Mario, and then Nurse Joy would just be chilling with more than likely I would have Nurse Joy hanging out with what's his name, Nemesis, because he's fighting Kratos, and then I would have Elizabeth wait kind of in the background and kind of watch and see who needs if BJ needs ammo, be providing him with ammo and providing Raiden with ammo, and then at the very last second, go over and rip that tear in space and get rid of Kratos. That's my strat.
Ooh, I like that.
It's my strats.
I think my strat would be like have Mario on top of Charizard doing like aerial surveillance,
shooting fire.
Yeah, well, no, like nobody would know. We'd be super quiet, like above, like skimming the clouds. You know what I mean?
Like that.
We keep an eye, and then whenever we caught, Nemesis alone or with like one other character, we'd swoop down. Mario would chunk his hat onto Nemesis.
Oh,
you know
and
what I mean?
become Nemesis.
Fuck. And then you'd have like Nemesis with a Mario hat and a mustache.
That'd be fucking terrifying.
And that would be my initial strategy. And then I'd send everybody else in like bum rush.
Yeah, because then we wouldn't have our tank. Yeah. No. That's a good one. I like it. Well, that is the topic of today's show, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know which team you think would win, and also drop your team. Let us know what your team is. Now we're gonna jump on over to the People's Champ. Brent, what do we got over there? Do we got any champions this week?
I think we might have a champion or two. Hang on, let me see.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the champion?
Okay. All right. I'm going to give it to Aaron Jones this week. He says, "There's always a podcast. There's always two childhood BFFs. And there's always questions. In an infinite number of worlds, what alternate versions of the show would exist or be called?"
I think the obvious reverse universe would be like two childhood enemies, and then we just come together and fucking rail on each other, and the whole time we're reading the news and I'm like, dude, your news sucks, and then it'd just be the topic would just be always versus stuff, be two childhood enemies bringing you all
sports.
Things video.
All things sports.
All things basketball. That'd be one of them. There's one where we're just underwater.
Definitely.
Yeah,
one
we're in the
talk
Fortnite
about
universe.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
There will be definitely in the future, if we get enough patron support, we're gonna do a movie and TV podcast for sure in the future. So that alternate universe will happen eventually. That's the hopes.
The Oracle has deemed it.
Yes,
so
the deem.
Well, thanks for the question,
Yes,
Aaron.
thank you for that one.
All right, we got Jeffrey Lewis here.
Hey, Jeff.
He says, if you could have one coffee named after a video game source, what would it be and what would it be called?
A video game source. Oh, I got this one. This one. It would obviously be called Perfect Dark, roast.
Oh, I like
No,
that.
actually, Perfect Dark Z roast.
Oh my God, that you can't hardly compete with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to do it to you.
Okay, in BioShock Infinite, where are they at? What's the place called? Columbia?
Columbia.
I would have Colombian roast, right? But I would have fucking Elizabeth
Columbia
on the
roast.
front. You know what I mean?
I like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Columbia
not
roast.
nearly as good as yours, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like I feel like that was buried deep within me for a long time. Like
Perfect dark roast.
Perfect Dark Z roast.
Oh,
Dude,
that's
you
so
gotta-
good. Yeah, you can't forget the Z roast.
Yeah.
That's important.
It's gonna be like the worst fucking coffee ever. Anyways, thanks Jeff for that. What else we got? Anything?
That's it. That's
All right.
all the questions.
That's our listener questions for this week. Oh man, not too many questions this week, but that's all right. Maybe next week. Maybe we'll get some more.
Yeah, maybe if you guys don't suck.
No.
Just kidding.
No, but anyways, we're gonna round out the show with Brent's
Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge. These are 5 questions that are going to enter the Matrix.
Oh.
This week's topic is Outlast.
I thought you were gonna say The Matrix.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a little confusing. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, and just a fun fact for you. You remember that video we used to watch, Rubber Johnny, all the time?
No.
You don't remember that?
Are you sure I was watching this with you?
We watched it at Ian's a lot back in the day. It was like this creepy little dude in a wheelchair, and he had like a big head, and he was like dancing all over the place. You know what I'm talking about?
What the fuck?
Well, apparently, and I read this on IMDb. Apparently, Outlast was inspired by that video. Isn't that crazy?
The world, it all connects now.
I know. It all makes so much sense. Like, anyways, I thought you would think that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Okay. So, number 1.
Okay.
What is the name of the asylum you're in the first game?
I don't know.
It is called Mount Massive Asylum.
Yeah, I would have. Dude, I don't know anything about Outlast's story.
I played through both of them.
I know, but I don't remember any of it. I just remember like the chick in the second game being really creepy, and then like the baby being born and stuff. I don't remember names of characters, places. This is gonna be a tough one.
It is, but that's okay. I think you got this.
Oh, okay.
All right, number 2. True or false? Mm-hmm. The first game features a silent protagonist.
True.
True.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call. All right. 1-1. 1-1. Doing good. True or false? The protagonist of the second game is named Blake Langerman.
Oh, shit. That sounds right, but I don't trust that. I'm going to say false.
Ooh, it was true.
Was it?
Should have gone with your gut.
I knew it sounded true. I never trust my gut.
All right, number 4. What kind of vehicle crash sets up the beginning of Outlast 2?
Helicopter.
Hey, there you go. All right.
We got 2.
Got 2.
This is
Almost
my last
had 3.
shot.
All right. How many fingers do you lose in Outlast 1?
Oh, shit.
Somewhere between 1 and 10.
1 and 10. Fuck, I can't remember. I think it's 2.
Oh, you got it!
I got it? Yes.
You got it!
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
You almost got 4 out of 5 on that one.
It's all right. I got 3, though. That means I still win.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, guys.
That's what I'm talking about, guys.
Anyways, well, that's it for the show. Next week, Brent won't be here, so I'll be doing the news and stuff by myself. But the topic will have both of us. So, we'll pre-record the topic. But anyways, remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on YouTube. All you have to do is search, or don't even search it. Just type in youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JawForJamel and Brent at Brent Has One. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners. Later.